Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Thanksgiving Dinner 2022 edition for October 8th and 9th. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thanks for letting us be a part of a special family celebration at home. I really hope that you've got a lot of your family there, or you're wanting to celebrate something by yourself. Maybe you don't have people around at the moment, and just thanks for letting us be a part of your Thanksgiving celebration. Why don't we go ahead and get started? It's a very easy menu to finish. We even made the tins easy to put in the oven. So I've gone ahead and put the turkey, make sure to take the plastic lid off of the tin that it comes in and put it in the oven for 25 minutes at 375 degrees. Nope, I'm sorry, 425 degrees. Or if you're like me with a convection oven, take 25 degrees off, 400 degrees. And then the stuffing, also lid removed, goes straight in the oven for 20 minutes. So I just put a timer on for 5 minutes, put them both in. When the timer goes off, everything's going to be ready to go. So we want to get our Brussels sprouts going on. And so we're going to do 2 tablespoons of neutral oil per person. In my case, it's grapeseed oil, but you can use canola oil or vegetable oil, and just not olive oil because we're getting it pretty warm, so you don't want the olive oil to turn. Once the pan is hot, we're going to put the Brussels sprouts with the cut side down into the pan. Let's see, we're almost there. Our sous chef didn't get the memo that the Brussels sprouts should only be cut in half, so some of them are cut in quarters, but for you are going to have them cut in half. And you're going to pan fry them with the flat side down for the first 3 or 4 minutes till they get nice and brown, and then you can start sautéing them. Okay, I see them bubbling away. So let's get the cut side down. If there are some random Brussels sprout leaves, like this happened, just put it back in the box that the rest of the veg came in with the carrots and mushrooms, because it's going to cook. The leaves are going to cook much faster than the actual Brussels sprouts. And I'm going to get some tongs so I don't burn myself here. And yeah, because the carrots have already been steamed and the mushrooms don't need as much as the Brussels sprouts. There we go. So grab some tongs, and you want some nice color on here before we start moving them around. So I've got a gravy on the stove. Make sure to give it a stir. Maybe I've got that on a little too low. And then we've got our lovely tea soup, which is going to be topped with some serrano ham and sour cream and fresh mint. Make sure to give that a nice stir as well. We got 2 different options for you. We've got 2 tablespoons of either milk or water, because the soup is going to be thick. And feel free to thin it out with either milk or water. I'm using milk because I like my soup a little bit richer. I'll turn this down. I'll take it off for just a second. I think I turned it up too hot, trying to get ahead of things, because some of the sprouts are browning already. So I'm going to start actually sauteing this around now. And then in a couple more minutes, we are going to add the carrots and the mushrooms away. But in the meantime, let's have some wine. The pairings this week. So soup is a tricky pairing because of the texture. It's very smooth in most cases. There's a little bit of chunks with the split pea soup, but you want some bubbles to give it a textural difference. And our famous Blanc de Becta, it's part of our family, so I want it to be part of your family for Thanksgiving. Oh, I'm a big fan of this wine. So Peter, our director of operations, who is married to the wine rep from Cave Spring, Lauren, we get access to their beautiful Chardonnay, and we get to choose which stuff we put into our Blanc de Becta sparkling, and it's just terrific. All right. So I think the sprouts have got some nice brown to it. So now I'm going to put the carrots and the mushrooms in here with the Brussels sprout leaves that might have fallen off in the box that need a little less cooking. And we're going to season things. Lots of salt and pepper for all these veggies. And we're going to do 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter per person. Slide it right there in the pan. And we're just going to toss this around for another 5-6 minutes. And that's going to be great. Okay, gravy is nice and warm now, so I can turn that down to the lowest possible heat. And just keep giving it a stir. And our pea soup, again, if we want to give it a stir, make sure that the milk is integrated. And we're going to season it with salt and pepper to taste. You don't need much salt and pepper because we've already seasoned it, but I always like a little bit extra. All right, now while this is all happening, let's get the dessert going on. And many of you might be wondering, why a rosé wine with turkey? Well, rosé, the secret is such, rosé is actually the best classically understood wine pairing for turkey. It has vibrant acidity, but it's got still a little bit of structure and a little bit of tannin. And this one is from O&H Boer in the Côte d'Aron, so it's a beefier, meatier rosé wine. And it's just beautiful. And so for dessert, give this guy a little stir. We've got a sweet potato pie with cinnamon chantilly and a dark rum caramel. I've got my spoons right here, ready to go. So the chantilly can go right on top. Very nice. Keep stirring this other stuff. Stir this guy. Looking good, smelling good. And then, yes, our dark rum caramel. I'm actually going to pick up the tart and put this on the base. I'll do a little bit of drizzle. It's kind of finding its own way around the plate. Hopefully you see that. It's a beautiful one. We're going to include a picture with your meal kit finishing instructions. Sweet potato pie. Our chef Rich is like the biggest fan of all time of sweet potatoes. So, Thanksgiving, he just like, all right, let's do some of that for dessert. All right, let's turn this guy off. Soup is ready to go. It's going to be a little chunky, so make sure to pour it slowly so it doesn't mess up your nice bowls. Keep sauteing a lovely veg. Now we're going to top it with sour cream. And that gives it a nice acidity and freshness and creaminess, of course. Then we've got some fresh mint. Always keep sauteing your veg. You want to rip this up so that you don't get massive mint leaves in your soup. And it looks so pretty and gives it a nice freshness. And then the piece de resistance, of course, is the Serrano ham. And we sort of dry this out, make almost a leather from it. And if the pieces are big, feel free to just sort of crack them up. And it gives a great texture in addition to salty meatiness, which we all want for our Thanksgiving. Well, at least I do. Sorry to the vegetarians out there that there is not really a great vegetarian option for Thanksgiving. Turn this down. I'm sure the timer is going to go off any second. But here's our lovely split pea soup with the serrano ham, the fresh mint, and the sour cream. I'm just going to clean up the side a little bit for the picture. I'm a big fan of the split pea soup. It's a classic Quebecois thing. And my mother was French Canadian, and yeah, I certainly enjoy it. Okay, so the veg is almost ready to go. Stir the gravy. Hey Google, how much time's left on the timer? 71 seconds remaining. There we go. All right, perfect timing. A little bit more here. One thing I want to say before I forget is that I want to say how thankful I am to all of you who have been supporting us over the last 2.5 years through the ups and downs of the pandemic and everything else, and especially through the curated program. And it allows us to keep it rolling. And, you know, we're just so grateful to have people that want to enjoy our food at home and enjoy this style and format. So I just really want to say thank you. I'm very grateful for all of you. Okay, so let's see how we're going to plate. Stuffing in the middle of the plate, followed by the vegetables beside, topped with the roasted turkey and gravy. In the gravy, make sure to put on the turkey and on the stuffing as well, because stuffing is no good if it's dry. So we're going to start with the stuffing. I'm sure it is ready to go. Stuffing is my favorite part, I have to admit. Hey Google, off. And we're not mincing on the stuffing. There is lots here. So you can have some for leftovers if you like. Although my son's a big fan of the stuffing as well. There we go. And the veg is looking great. All nice and brown, which is what you want. Gravy looking good. Now our turkey, we've got a combination this year of white and dark meat. I hope you like the combination, or maybe one person in your family likes the white meat a little bit more. But I'm going to do a little split up here. It's looking gorgeous. And we roast these up and serve them a little sous vide. Now make sure to take that jus and pour it in there. And now our veg. I got a nice big spoon with that is good for non-stick pans. I love my non-stick pans from Canadian Tire, believe it or not. The Rock brand is just great because it's non-stick, but it can also take abuse from metal instruments that we sometimes use. We got a lot of veg here. Maybe there's going to be some leftovers. I'm sure there are going to be some leftovers. There's a lot of stuff. We might scale that back just a little bit because this is enough veg for 4 people. And then our gravy. Again, put it on your stuffing as well. Because it is lovely and delicious. There's lots of gravy there, but good to soak up in the stuffing. All right, so our lovely roast turkey with the roasted carrots, cremini mushrooms, Brussels sprouts, stuffing, and gravy. All the gravy. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. Thanks again for letting us be a part of your special celebration at home.